into your home. April the 16th, downtown New Orleans. It was like old times. We had a very unusual match, a Ugandan death match. Kamala and Akbar had challenged Terry Taylor for the North American title. The rules were such that falls didn't count. It's when one man left the whole barricade area. They could fight anywhere they want. The amazing thing is some people still underestimate Terry Taylor. I'll tell you, this man's star has risen because he has done what he'd said he'd do. He won the television title. He got very, very ill and thought he was going to have to hang it up for a while, then recovered, regained that title, has now got the North American title, and has won every match he's been in. But Terry Taylor's also gotten wiser in some of the beatings he's taken. He's eliminated some folks. He eliminated Friday. He pile-drived him right here one day on television. And he promised that if Akbar interfered in this Ugandan death match, he had a secret weapon. And that weapon was tied to friendship. Let's go to downtown New Orleans. I was there with the Power Pro Wrestling cameras. Let's watch this. Kamala, the 387-pound Ugandan warrior, against the North American champion Terry Taylor, downtown New Orleans. It's back like old times in the Municipal Auditorium. This match has no rules, no regulations. It goes until one man leaves the parade barricade area. You see the barricades outside the ring there. This match has been all over the floor, into the barricades. Men have been thrown into the crowd. This match proved to me, beyond any shadow of doubt, that Terry Taylor is truly the North American champion as he went in the Lion's Den, in Kamala and Akbar's own den, their own rules, their own regulations. Terry Taylor just said, if Akbar stays out of it, I'll fight this man any way I can. But Akbar, if you get into it, I got a secret weapon, and I'm going to pull the plug on you. Terry Taylor used that sleeper. Even Kamala, with the sleeper cutting off the carotid arteries, he can't stand up. If Taylor can put him to sleep, it shows the genius of the young champion. He knows he can't compete one-on-one. The 387 pounds is too awesome. There goes Carl Fergie as Kamala cuffs him to the head, and a cuff from Kamala is like a lion. It could break your neck. There you see Akbar. He can't stand it. He's on the apron. No disqualification. The North American title stake. Akbar jabs the end of that riding crop, the handle in, the leaded in, into Terry Taylor's throat. It's like a vicious, weighted judo chop. You see Carl Fergie on the floor. You see Kamala stoically, viciously hammering Terry Taylor. Now Akbar giving Kamala the signal, as Akbar has him totally under his control now. Terry Taylor got rid of Friday. He only had to face Kamala and Akbar, but Akbar still had to interfere. Now Kamala goes to the top. That 400-plus pounds, that ponderous bulk, trying to get to the top. If he comes off, Terry Taylor's career could be over. Hacksaw Duggan, Terry Taylor's secret weapon. Nobody knew it. Jim Duggan snuck in down there and was ready, and he said the only reason he came in the ring is because of Akbar, and everybody knows how bad Duggan hates Akbar as you see him shattering that board, driving Akbar and Kamala out of there, coming to the rescue of his friend Terry Taylor. Terry Taylor asked for no quarter and gave none. He just wanted it one-on-one, and Akbar still had to interfere. And Duggan said he's not putting up with Akbar anymore. Akbar's got to go just like DiBiase had to go. There you see Kamala, knowing that Duggan is an awesome force alone, much less with a 2x4. And look at this crowd. Downtown New Orleans, rocking and rolling like it used to in the old days. Look at the people. Hacksaw Duggan, standing tall, walking tall. Terry Taylor, certainly the victor, Terry Taylor, because he had Kamala in that sleeper. Kamala helpless in the middle. Terry Taylor clearly had come to this showdown and has withstood the test and the friendship of Duggan and Taylor and Duggan's animosity for Akbar. Terry Taylor given back the belt by Carl Fergie, who must have an Excedrin headache right about now for that cuff from Kamala. But it's pandemonium again. I haven't seen that. I was there. It was great to see it in downtown New Orleans. The Municipal Auditorium, Mid-South, is going on, bigger and better than ever. Terry Taylor, still the champion, but a tribute. You've got to realize how tough Kamala is. Duggan broke that board over him. And Skandar Akbar was a former North American champion. He's no panty-waist manager. He's a rugged guy, too. They beat him. They made him leave. And that accomplished the victory. But Akbar was so incensed, Jim Ross caught up with him in the dressing room. Let's listen to Akbar's words.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the dressing room of the downtown Municipal Auditorium after the very first Ugandan death match. Terry Taylor was the winner, but you saw Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
All right, Duggan, I told you you were on hold in Mid-South. Well, it's time to bring you out of the gutter. And young man, you are going to pay and pay and pay, because this was a sterling opportunity for the general to get back into the driver's seat. But you spoiled it. I understand how it's going to be from now on, because that North American title went through my fingers like quicksilver. And nobody makes a fool of the general in the Crescent City. Duggan, something bad's going to happen to you, understand? That's a promise, boy. Not a threat. It's a promise.
Those of you who've been around Mid-South a long time know never to take Akbar's words lightly. And were I Jim Duggan with Ted DiBiase back and Akbar so incensed, I'd have eyes in the back of my head. And Terry Taylor, you're now a marked man also. Let's go to ring announcer Jim Ross for this exciting television title bout featuring Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Ladies and gentlemen, this first match of Mid-South Wrestling, one fall with a 15-minute time limit. It is the 5th round of the Mid-South Television Tournament. Introducing first in the red corner, weighing 227 pounds from Houston, Texas, Tommy Pritchard. His opponent in the blue corner, 276 pounds from Glens Falls, New York, Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
The introduction of this 5th round of the Mid-South Television Tournament. Round 5, that makes it a title here. It's one fall or 15-minute time limit, not the 10 as on usual matches. Now you see Hacksaw Duggan pointing to Carl Fergie something on the outside of the ring, Bill.
Well, yeah, there's Dirty Dutch Mantell standing there with his bullwhip. I'm sure Duggan's got to wonder what he's doing out there. Bell is rung. This is a semifinal event. The winner of this match advances and will wrestle in 2 weeks. Dr. Death Steve Williams. And, of course, Tommy Pritchard paid an awesome price in breaking friendships in order to get to this place, and look just what it got him. He double-crossed a former friend of his, and now he's facing one of the most feared men in wrestling everywhere in the world. Hacksaw Duggan, 285 pounds, 6'4" tall, an awesome athlete. Hip toss by Duggan. The pressure is really increasing. It's getting closer to that coveted television title and the $10,000. And who should be coming back, and just back from a 30-day leave of absence, a forced leave of absence, but Ted DiBiase, and we'll hear from him later today. Duggan blocked both shots by Pritchard. Pritchard looks like a crash landing out there that the front gear broke. And Duggan, with that excessive size and strength, just introduced Tom Pritchard to force feeding on the turnbuckle. Shoulder breaker. Power slam, deliberate move by Hacksaw Duggan. Duggan's pretty confident in this match. Setting up for that stampede, setting up for that spear. Tommy Pritchard got out of the ring.
And he's leaving.
Tommy Pritchard's leaving. There you see Dirty Dutch Savage. Tommy Pritchard has just walked out, and Carl Fergie has no alternative but to give him the old 10 count. If he's not back in the ring by 10, the match is over. Tommy Pritchard just walked out. Hacksaw Duggan is the winner of this match in the most unusual situation I've ever seen in a television title tournament.
And we'll return right after this word from the exciting Mid-South Wrestling Television.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw before the last commercial break, Tommy Pritchard in the ring against Hacksaw Duggan. And Tommy, you paid a tremendous price to get this far in the tournament. You double-crossed a former friend. You got your chance at $10,000, and you walked out.
That's right. I may have been born at night, but it wasn't last night. And anytime you step in the ring with Jim Duggan, you got to watch yourself, and I realize that. I'm not as stupid as I may look, let me tell you that right now. And I did pay a price for that TV championship, and I'm going to pick my shots here in Mid-South. Every time I've seen Jim Duggan in that ring, he's done a lot of damage, and I got out of there before it happened to me.
Well, I will admit that there's about, what, 55, 60 pounds difference. But this is a tough sport. You knew what you was getting before you got in there.
I finally learned it doesn't just take brawn, but it takes a little bit of brains, and I'm going to start using mine right here, right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's Tommy Pritchard's answer to that very unusual situation. Let's go to the ring now, and Jim Ross, we've got a match with two big men.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match on Mid-South Wrestling, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Entering the ring in the red corner at 400 pounds was General Skandar Akbar, Kamala, the Ugandan Giant. His opponent in the blue corner, 275 pounds from Minnesota, Thor.
As Bill Watts said, we got a big match with two big men. The Blonde Adonis from Minnesota, Thor, versus the Ugandan Giant, Kamala. And you see General Skandar Akbar in the ring. As we wait for the bell, he's trying to assist him now since Friday is unable to help him with his things that he brings to the ring. So General Skandar Akbar.
Boy, Thor is 6'5", 270. So you get some indication of Kamala's size as the bell is rung. And Kamala always on the attack, moves straight in. 387 pounds, but this youngster's 6'5", 270. Neither man budged much on that. Kamala caught Thor, looked like across the throat with a chop. Referee Ralph Neely, Nashville, Arkansas fame, in the ring for this bout. Kamala, an awesome man, as we saw earlier. Even Hacksaw Duggan, who broke a board over him, still didn't put Akbar and Kamala down for the count. These are tough guys. And Duggan certainly better be watching every step he takes. DiBiase back. Dr. Death steaming things up. Kamala, a reverse kick with those feet that are hard. He can walk right across gravel. The skin on the bottom of his feet is almost tusk-like. Kamala just overpowers his man savagely, driving him down the mat. Akbar very excited right now. He's afraid Kamala's going to get disqualified. Ralph Neely counting him. Kamala was going up on the top ropes, and Akbar seemingly doesn't want him to do that. Kamala just batters Thor some more. It's hard to find opponents for this big man. Nobody wants to face him. Double chop. Kamala, 387 pounds, Boyd.
And he uses all of them to good advantage, using his feet and his hands and the brains of General Skandar Akbar. Gains a victory over Thor, and we'll return after this word from Mid-South Wrestling Television Network.
You know, boy, there's been a lot of controversy in the King of Sports lately. What with New York and Titan Sports and the Big Apple, and all their wrestling on TNT, and their Rockin' Wrestling Connection, and their Hollywood making instant superstar wrestlers out of Hollywood movie actors. And then the 2020 thing where three never-has-beens were asked their impression of wrestling and gave a really biased, completely misleading concept of it. A lot of people come to me and said, Bill, is wrestling really real? Well, let me tell you something. When people come and wrestle, you don't see them. Swelling and pain take time. When the pro football players play the game, while the body is hot and they're still moving, they could be badly injured on that field. It doesn't show up till the next day when they have to report to that training room. And sometimes it's Thursday before the pains run out and they can go again. Recently, Butch Reed was wrestling, and about an hour after that match, we got an interview with him in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And you want to see up close
just what the effects of a brutal match that Butch Reed had. Let's watch as Jim Ross talks to him.
That's right, and I want to show everybody out there the living proof is right here. Yes, I just got through with a grueling match. One of the toughest matches I've ever been in before in my professional wrestling career. And I work hard for my money. I take my lumps and bruises just like anybody else. I ask no quota, I give no quota. You know, and anybody out there on the face of God's green earth that doesn't believe in professional wrestling, well, just step on in here with Hacksaw Butch Reed and let's relieve all your skepticism and leave it all behind.
Well, I don't think there's anybody in the world that knows Butch Reed that doesn't know he's a real athlete and a double tough competitor. And look what happened to him. He's not one of these Hollywood actors, and he's not an overweight pachyderm from Titan Sports. He's an athlete. Let's go to the ring and watch Barbarian and Jake the Snake, another couple of great athletes that compete here in the Mid-South area.
Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team match on Mid-South Wrestling, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing the team in the red corner at a combined weight of 571 pounds, Jake the Snake Roberts and the Barbarian. Their opponents in the blue corner at a combined weight of 460 pounds, Richard Dye and Paul Brown.
Tag team action now as Jake the Snake Roberts joins forces with the rugged Barbarian against the Alabama duo of Richard Dye and Paul Brown. Paul Brown in the long tights now starts the match against Jake Roberts. Bill?
Jake the Snake, the man with the most devastating hold possibly in wrestling, the DDT. As he said in the Old West, Chris Colt made everyone equal. And so does Smith & Wesson. And he said in wrestling, the DDT not only makes him equal, it makes him superior to anybody. Of course, now he's formed an alliance with the Barbarian. 6'8", 320 pounds. Oh, did you hear that? As Jake just literally leveled Paul Brown. The Barbarian, the man with that awesome full Nelson, that crushing grip, that devastating young athlete. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. 2 weeks ago, the Rock and Roll Express faced these men. And when Ricky Morton got hung in the ropes, the Dirty White Boys, seeing an opportunity, tried to end Ricky Morton's career. And as Robert went to aid his beloved partner, Jake the Snake, hitting with a DDT. Then Hacksaw Duggan came in, but from behind he was caught in the crushing, powerful full Nelson of the Barbarian. And then Jake the Snake DDT'd him. So these guys are an awesome duo. As it all intensifies, and it seems like wherever Ted DiBiase is, there's always something, an undercurrent going on. And of course the Superdome, upcoming in the very near future, that great extravaganza. It always gears things up in the Mid-South area. The big ones in Houston and Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Little Rock. Look at the extreme power as he pressed him on up another 2 feet. Sure, these guys know how to fall, but knowing how to fall doesn't help you when you come down from 7 feet in the air. You still get up with pain in your kidneys. There's sometimes blood in your urine, prostrate trouble. It's a tough, rugged sport, and these are great athletes. The whiplash you get right there is like a car wreck doing 60 miles an hour. Look at that man launching himself. He doesn't care about his own personal safety, and he certainly doesn't care about his opponent. That was 6'8", 320 pounds coming off and leveling Richard Dye. The crowd even knows how devastating Jake's hold is as Jake the Snake softens his man up. This could be the most awesome threat the Rock and Roll Express have to face. However, the Rock and Roll Express, when they combine their double drop kick, that's like 440 pounds hitting you at one time. The full Nelson, the Barbarian has it with a full Nelson. Paul Brown came to his partner's aid, but Jake the Snake dropped him, and both men are decimated.
And the victory to the Barbarian with his powerful full Nelson, along with his partner Jake the Snake Roberts, takes the fall. We'll be back after this important message.
Recently, I was watching cable TV the other day, and I saw King Kong Bundy, 450 pounds, out of Madison Square Garden, where he had invented the 5 count. Boyd Pierce, we saw the 5 count come to happen right here on Mid-South Television. But if you want to compare athletes, when we're talking about athletic ability, not just jacking your jaw, let's recall when Steve Dr. Death Williams was just a rookie in October of 1983. He faced King Kong Bundy right here on Mid-South. Let's recall those final moments.
The splash. Doc rolled, and all Bundy got was empty canvas. Doc setting in a 3-point. But I don't know if Doc's got enough. He's going to have to hit Bundy better than that. But Doc got him that time. Got under him a little bit. Oh, Bundy again. Doc just keeps going to the well too often. But of course, against a guy like King Kong Bundy, there are so few maneuvers that work that when you get something you figure you can jar him with, you want to try to keep after it. But with a ring pro like Bundy, he also knows what will work against him. And if you get too exuberant and dig in too hard, you're in a lot of trouble. Well, Doc's got him up. I can't believe it. Doc's got him up. He gave him a partial stampede. 1, 2, 3. Doc pinned him. Dr. Death Steve Williams pinned King Kong Bundy right in the middle. And look at the Sam Houston Coliseum erupt. One of the most important victories in Dr. Death's career.
So when we're talking about athletic ability, that's what I mean. It's right here on Mid-South, where the competition is the toughest in the world in wrestling. As you saw, King Kong Bundy get stampeded by Dr. Death. Now let's go to the ring announcer for our next match, and Jim Ross.
This match on Mid-South Wrestling, 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first in the red corner from parts unknown at 235 pounds, the Wrestler.